and welcome to Yorkshire Voice News at 4 o'clock. I'm Amelia Riley. An investigation is underway into allegations that Leeds Bradford Airport has breached rules over the number of nighttime flights taking off from its runways. A local campaign group claims people living under the flight path in the Eden area were subjected to 600 more night flights than the current regulations allow. Demaya Williams has been following this story for us. Demaya?
Leeds Bradford Airport is being scrutinised over the suggestions that it breached the planning permission that was granted in 1994 by allowing more night flights. A local campaign group want to take legal action against the expansions of the airport, and Leeds Bradford Airport have said it takes its responsibilities seriously and that it would continue to report on them in an open and transparent way. Earlier today, I spoke to Councillor Colin Campbell from the Eden and Otley district about the council's response.
The night flight regime is part of a very old planning permission.
And have you spoken to the residents about this? Like, what are their views on this?
Obviously, a lot of the residents of Eden work at the airport, so have a positive view of it. Again, a lot of people use the airport for holidays and again have a positive view. But I think it's fair to say that those people who live underneath the flight path are disturbed by aircraft noise and feel, particularly in the early morning at about 6 o'clock, there's been an increase in the number of flights, and that's causing them to be awoken earlier than perhaps they would hope. So they are suffering some inconvenience.
The council is now preparing a report that will be presented to the planning permission panel. Back to you in the studio.
That was Demaya Williams there reporting on Leeds Bradford Airport night flights. Now, police have hit back at criticism on social media over a viral video showing a motorcyclist pulling wheelies and taunting a police officer in a marked patrol car in Leeds. The footage was filmed by another motorist on the busy A64 Inner Ring Road dual carriageway. In it, the motorcyclist is seen riding along on one wheel without a helmet and making rude gestures at the police officer. He is also seen kneeling on the saddle. The video was shared widely on social media, with users criticising the police for apparently not intervening and then turning off at a junction. West Yorkshire Police say only specially trained officers in a suitable vehicle are allowed to pursue motorbikes, with full consideration given to the safety of members of the public, the officers involved and the rider of the motorbike. The officers involved activated his body cam and made a deliberate tactical decision to leave the road to de-escalate the risks. They're appealing for information to trace the biker. And police are appealing for information to help locate a missing 15-year-old. Omar Johnson Douglas was last seen in Bramley at around 6 o'clock on Tuesday. There are concerns for Omar's welfare, and anyone with information about his whereabouts is being asked to contact West Yorkshire Police. Now, the rate of council tax in Leeds is set to rise to just under 5%. On an average, Band D property residents currently paying just under £2,000 a year would see a rise of about £100. Our reporter Roxy Allen went into the city centre to get the reaction of local residents.
It doesn't affect me at the moment, as because I live in an hostel, but I am trying to get my own accommodation, flat or house, so obviously in the future it probably is going to affect me, because I'll need to pay a council tax, housing benefit and stuff like that.
Truthfully, like, it's really taking money out of my pocket, you know. I'm grafting hard, I'm trying to make my life, you know what I mean?
It come in bill, I need to pay, that's it, innit?
Me personally, I believe it's just a way of, like, the government, the rich, getting richer.
The people of Leeds there sharing their views on the rise of council tax. Well, Labour-run Leeds City Council has criticised the government for the way it funds local council, and in a statement said, "We know people in Leeds are struggling, with everyone being affected by the cost of living crisis. We are doing everything we can to help, especially those most vulnerable in our local communities. But we are not being helped by this outdated approach to funding and will continue to call for it to change." And it's International Zero Waste Day today, which is being observed for the first time this year. The day aims to raise awareness of the importance of responsible consumption and production practices, as well as urban waste management. We're crossing over now to our correspondent Mia Hagar for more on this. What can you tell us, Mia?
World Zero Waste Day was established through a UN General Assembly resolution last year. It follows from other UN resolutions on waste, including a commitment to end plastic pollution globally. The day calls on all governments, businesses and communities to get involved in activities to raise awareness of zero waste initiatives. Today marks the first World Zero Waste Day, and events are taking place across the world. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said the waste crisis is undermining the Earth's ability to sustain life. Humans generate more than 2 billion tonnes of municipal solid waste each year. 45% of this waste is mismanaged. It is expected to reach 4 billion tonnes by the year 2050 if urgent action is not taken. The poor are disproportionately impacted by the waste issue, with 4 billion lacking access to controlled disposal facilities. It is expected that the promotion of zero waste initiatives can help advance all goals and targets in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Campaigns and outreach efforts will take place each year in the lead up to the 30th of March to continue rallying support and action on the importance of zero waste.
Thanks, Mia. Well, earlier today, I popped down to a local zero waste shop in Leeds to find out a little bit more about how we can help to reduce waste. This shop in Leeds is focused on getting rid of single-use plastic packaging. It's called Leeds Refills, and it's all about getting rid of unnecessary waste.
This shop here is based on people bringing containers in, glass containers, plastic containers. We have lots and lots of takeaway containers. They donate them into the corner there, and people can just come in and pick them up if they want, use them at any time. So it's just reusing all the time, trying to stop using plastic if you can.
David says it's almost impossible to avoid plastics altogether, but the idea behind the shop is to do so as much as possible.
Even this shop, when we get supplies in, sometimes there's plastic wrapped around. We have to recycle that. We have big plastic containers that you can see in the corner. We have to recycle them. As pallets, we put word out that we've got 5 pallets outside now. People come and take them away and use them as recycle. So as much as possible, recycle, and also consider what kind of plastic you're buying. If you ever buy a plastic bottle, have a look at the bottom. It's got a number on it, and it goes from 1 till 6. And if you've got a number 1, that means it's really poor plastic, and that's the plastic that ends up in the oceans, in the rivers, and just thrown away, and it can't really be recycled. It just needs to be incinerated.
David says that the shop stocks a number of items from independent producers, so is supporting the local community. David Thursfield there from Leeds Refills. Now, in a recent survey, it was revealed that people across the country find that the Leeds accent is the most unattractive in the United Kingdom. Our very own Essex girl, or should we say lass, MJ Binns, went down to the city centre to speak to the locals to see if they agree.
No. I don't think so, no. I feel like Leeds is quite nice, it depends.
Not really, not at all. Been born and bred in Leeds, never left the place. Very proud of my accent.
No, I wouldn't. When I first came to Leeds, I noticed it, but I thought it was brilliant.
Well, it seems the people of Leeds don't agree with that survey there, but now it's time for the weather. MJ, what's it doing out there?
So it's not really doing much at the minute. It has been trying to rain for a little while now. Tonight will be dry until early hours, when there will be a few outbreaks of rain with temperatures dropping to 8 degrees. Tomorrow we can expect clouds with outbreaks of light rain and showers, but it will be cooler with a maximum temperature of 12 degrees. Looking ahead over to the weekend, it will be the same, but beware, there could be some frost over onto Monday. Back to you, Amelia.
Thanks, MJ, and thank you for joining us today. We're back tomorrow at 4, so make sure to come back and join us again. If you want to hear more from us in the meantime, head over to our social media pages on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook under Yorkshire V and Yorkshire Voice. That's all from us for now. Thank you and goodbye, and I hope you have a great evening tonight.